All right, this is going to be from one pretty lady to the next pretty lady that's trying to be a truck driver. Obviously, as pretty women, we have to learn to protect ourselves. So stay tuned for this video because we're going to go over some rules of how you can be safe out here on these roads. I bet y'all looking at me like, wow, what in the world is you doing? You is just so diverse, girl. You go from being a bald-headed chick to the next day your hair is like down to your butt crack, like wow, oh no. But this video is pretty much going to be how to be safe as any driver, to be honest with you, but mainly as a pretty female truck driver. Either you're thinking about becoming a truck driver or you just got out here in the truck driving. I'm sure for all the veteran women that's pretty much been doing it for a while, y'all don't really need none of this information. This is just for the people thinking about it and just started. So maybe, you just need a little bit of advice if the company didn't already go over it with you. Because actually I got a handout, so I'm not just going to guess. I'm going to read from the handout as well as give my own personal testimony. So let's go through this. Now, this is like 10 best practices for personal protection and success. Now, obviously, number one is to always park in a well-lit area. Now, that is pretty much common sense because when you're a truck driver, especially for a woman, because we always seem to be a little bit more target because most guys tend to think that we're not as strong as a normal guy, so they figure like we're easy targets because they feel like that y'all strength is just not there. When some of us, we probably can knock somebody out, but I wouldn't even try that. So the best practices is just to find a well-lit area, maybe like close to the pumps, or just a well-lit area where either the whole parking lot is lit up, or like I said, park either in the first row. If you can't find nothing in the first row, then park somewhere close, either the second row, something that is close to where a lot of people is going and coming out. So if something happened, you have a better chance for somebody to see it and help you. Now, don't take a chance and park somewhere where it's totally dark, because I don't know how a lot of people do it, but some people don't have portable potties like I did on my truck, in case they had to use the bathroom. Because, when you're out there over the road, number two do call to where you might have to get off the truck and do a number two, or whatever other ways that you do a number two. And I'm sure everybody come up with creative ways to do number one. So doing a number one, which is urinate, is always easier to do. But if a number two calls, who's to say you can't get off your truck? But I wouldn't recommend getting off your truck if it's after hours, like if it's dark. And it's not safe to be out there. And never, ever, 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 never walk through between trailers. That's a no-no. Because if you walk, let's just say these are two trucks. Let's just say these are two trucks that's parked, and your little body is walking through these two trailers. You don't know if they are robbers, a rapist, a murderer, and while you just do walking through, they could snatch your butt up. And if it's more than one, that's really just a no-no, because between two trailers, half the time, nobody knows what's going on between two trailers. So never walk between trailers, period. So, second of all, decoy. Like, I know y'all seen a sex doll in my video, but it's not what it looks like. Like, I did not get the doll for, obviously, the obvious reason which it is that type of doll. But one of the main reasons I had got it was to put it in my driver's seat or even the passenger seat, just to make it look like if somebody walked up to my truck, that somebody was present sitting behind the steering wheel. So that was one of my decoys. Or you got a dog collar and anything that would just kind of represent that a dog is present, that could deter anybody that's thinking about, trying your truck out. That can kind of show them that either you do have a dog on your truck, or it's a possibility that you have a dog on your truck. So have little decoys that can kind of, like if somebody see it, they walk up to your truck and say, oh, okay, well, I'm not going to mess with that truck because she probably got a pit bull, Rottweiler, German Shepherd, who knows what she got, and I don't want a piece of that because obviously she's out here on the road, so I know she's not that stupid not to have some type of protection. So avoid walking alone. especially in dark and less populated areas. Of course, obviously strength comes in numbers. So the more that you can even have, hopefully you teaming with your husband. Like me, I was a solo driver and I pretty much did my whole 2 years of OTR by myself with no problems. But just never be caught walking alone. I mean, you can walk alone because other females other than myself, you walk alone when you walking, you know, across the parking lot to go inside to get your food or take your shower, this and that. But when you're walking and you must have to walk alone, always be attention to your surroundings. Like your head should be on a swivel, looking around. Like your eyes should be looking this way. You know, not up, but that's kind of crazy. But at least looking side to side. Like your head should be moving. You need to be looking behind you. Because you'd be surprised, and this is even just in everyday life, not even just in trucking. Like if you're out and about, the best practice to do is to pretty much pay attention to your surroundings, because you just don't never know when something's going to pop off or anything just going to get crazy. A serial killer pull out a gun and shoot you and the whole crew. You just don't never know. So a lot of times, if you're just being vigilant and you paying attention to what's going on, you can see it beforehand. If you see it, okay, all right, guys, y'all have a nice day. I'm out of here. All right now, all right. Yes, so you have got to pay attention, swivel that head and look behind you. Don't just go forward, and you never, and I used to do this when I was younger, and I had to break out of it. And I know my sisters are like, girl, why you don't look behind me? I could have came right up on you, put you in the chokehold, and you wouldn't have known no better. I was like, Dad, you're right. Let me start looking behind me. So instead of just looking side to side, take an actual minute to like, all right, make sure ain't nobody behind me, because I don't want them type of problems where I had to, you know, defend myself. But that's going to be the next video that I'm going to start to bring up, is self-defense. I just have so many videos I'm behind on that I want to do that, like I said, you just have to stay tuned for the upcoming new content that's going to come out. So like I said, I might not be on the truck, guys, but I can still either give verbatim book information, paper information, or my experience. It don't necessarily have to be a trucking background, right? Let me know. So, all right, avoid allowing anyone to purchase a meal or assist you with work items. Otherwise, must have a good intention, but some may expect a favor in return. Oh, girls, especially the pretty ones, because it's starting to be so many pretty, beautiful females behind these wheels that, of course, I mean, it's just normal for a guy to want to buy you something, because if he sees something nice, especially since he'll never get to see much nice things out there, it's just common that he will want to say, girl. So, like I said, just know that and be aware that sometimes when a guy, or even just anybody, it don't necessarily have to be who it is, because nowadays you pretty much want to pay attention to everybody and anybody, because a lot of people don't have pure intentions. So if somebody is trying to buy, what is it? They're trying to buy you a meal or assist you with work items or otherwise, you know, just have it in your mind that there's a potential that they have ulterior motives. So really the best thing to do is just say, no, I'm okay, I got it, because you just don't never know. So I mean, if you learn discernment, you somebody that can read personalities, and you good at just kind of reading people to kind of get a feel if they trustworthy or not as far as little things like that, then okay. But for the most part, you know, I just wouldn't recommend just accepting it. I would just purely just say, no, I'm okay, I got it. So yeah, if you have to walk alone, appear to be on your cell phone telling someone on the other line of your location, etc., and act like you are meeting up with someone if someone has ill intention and may divert them. That is true, because a lot of times when I walk, and that's even anywhere, because I even got people that told me, they was like, wow, like when they finally met me and I finally realized that they wasn't a threat, and you know, obviously conversations started to be transferred between me and the person. The comment I got was, wow, I thought you was with somebody, because the way you walk, it really looked like, you know, that somebody was with you, like your man or somebody. So I just have a habit of, when I'm walking somewhere, I'm walking with a purpose. I be walking like this. Yeah, you know, like it's really kind of hard to explain, but when I'm out and about, I don't really be like all smile and giggles. A lot of times I will have my face kind of broke down in the sense to where I'm not playing. So I have a look on my face either that I'm not the one to be messed with, or it's a look like, okay, I'm just going in and out, you know, I'm here with somebody, or I could not be here with somebody, but I have a look as if, you know, I'm just not the one for all that crazy stuff. So maybe that's part of my success in being safe out here on the road. Yes. So, never pick up a hitchhiker or unauthorized passenger. It is illegal as well as dangerous. So a lot of trucking companies have rider policies, and one of the main things that they will preach is you can't have people that's not on your insurance, whether you're a lease operator or owner op. You can't have people that's not on your insurance ride. That's even for people you may know, but definitely for strangers. And obviously it is dangerous because we don't live in the days where everybody have good intentions, where that you can help somebody, and for the most part, you don't have to worry about them robbing you, killing you, kidnapping you, stealing your truck, and especially if you are a woman. So you really have to be careful on, you know, obviously like somebody like me, I mean, I hate that you can't help people because I have the biggest heart you can ever think of. So, you know, it hurts that you can't help people, but that's just the world we live in. So do not, for no reason, pick up no hitchhikers. If it, hey, I just need to go to the gas station. Can you just take me like a half a block? No, I cannot. Shit, don't even stop. Just keep going. Don't even stop. Just keep going. Because your life depends on it. So, let's see. Carry the personal alarm with you when you are off the truck. Remember, most locations do not lawfully permit weapons of any kind. Yeah, okay. There are alternatives such as wall spray, fire extinguishers that are just as effective. I know when I started with Prime, they had what's called wasp spray. Like wasps are bugs. So that wasp spray is just as dangerous and just as effective as mace. So you just carry a can of it. Like, you can get it from truck stops and everything. Just carry a can of it with you. And even if you're walking somewhere where you got to be walking into the truck stop or walk somewhere, have that can, either have it just close by in your bag or something, or have it close by to wherever dude try to grab you. You pull that wall spray like, and you be like, no, she didn't just spray. Yes, I sprayed you. Get the hell out my face. Exactly. Now the personal alarm, I have to get that. So let me go get that for you. Now you see this? It looks like a toy, and it really does look harmless. But let me see if I can put this back in, because I want to be able to pull it. I'll show y'all. And obviously, as y'all know, you can tell that I'm following what I preach. So this is one of my spare truck keys. It's good to have a spare truck key too, in case you lock yourself out of your truck, because I've done that before and I learned my lesson. That's why I got a spare. But on my spare, this is my little alarm thingy. And you can get this, where did I get this from? I think I got this from the dollar store, Family Dollar, I believe. And Family Dollar, or of course Amazon. Amazon got everything. I might just post a link for it underneath here. So what you do is, like, it's this piece right here. And if you walking and you able, obviously when you're walking, always have your keys in hand. Whether you're going to your truck or you going from your truck, have your, well, if you're leaving from your truck, have your keys in your backpack or in your pocket. But I would just recommend having it in your hand going to or from, especially going to, because obviously if you're going to your truck, you want to be able to have your key readily available to put in that door so you can hurry up and get in your truck as soon as possible so you have nothing to worry about. But if you have one of these, this brand is called a Ring. It's called Ring. So what you do is, if you have a panic mode, yes, it either, because you see it got my ears like, oh, Lord knows. So hopefully it'll deter the guy to where he'll back up or he'll run. Or if anybody is nearby and they hear that, they can start to run to your help, you know. So have one of these. Have one of these. Okay, attire yourself in a fashion that is non-aggressive. This is a professional work environment. be non-inviting. Now, obviously, you know, a lot of us women, we be always trying to have something to prove. So we'll be having our makeup did, which ain't nothing wrong with that, because you got a lot of professional people. They had their hair done, they had their makeup did, but then they be walking with their freaking cleavage hanging out. You be like, really? Are you at work or are you trying to go to the strip club or the club? What is going on? So obviously, if you don't want no type of attention, then don't have a piece of your booty hanging out, or don't have your freaking cleavage hanging out. Or you can just have your cleavage and your booty hanging out, and you wondering why a rapist looking at you like you a chicken dinner, because you making it so easy for him to be like, okay, that's an easy one. I might not have to rape her. She might just give it up. So, and I'm just being honest. Y'all know it's keeping it 100. So why can't I keep it 100? I'm just saying. Just saying. If you don't want that negative attention, or you want to be looked at as somebody that they okay, well she gotta be ready to give some up because she looking like she want to give it up. So maybe she's sexually frustrated. But even if you're sexually frustrated, that don't mean you want none. Just because you're sexually frustrated don't mean that I want everybody. I want who I want, not who I don't. So yes, dress the part. If you can just have some slacks on with your work boots, even like your work shirt, like just say you work for Prime or USA, buy their apparel. I done bought so many of USA's apparel. I done bought so many of Prime's apparel. So majority of the time I will wear their polo shirts or their shirts, or I wear shirts like this because I'm not showing no cleavage, or my booty crack ain't hanging out. Like, I do my best to stay covered. So there's only a few occasions where I end up working in a dress. I even made a video about it, but even the dress was long, so it wasn't nothing that was seriously like inviting as this paper says. So all right, so let me see, are we still recording? Yes, we are. So okay, last but not least, your fleet manager is your initial point of contact beyond your instructor. That's for people that's training. Like, you know, obviously if you're out with a trainer. Yeah, because you're in the new people phase, so this really applies to all the new people. So you want to build that bond if you can, if you ain't got a butthole instructor. But yeah, y'all should be kind of like this, see, like the buddy system where y'all watching each other back. But yeah, so, you know, if you have any problems, you know, like I said, always have it to where, you know, your family members know what's going on from day to day with you. If you got older kids, let your older kids know what's going on. You know, obviously, if you just got your fleet manager, you know, you got the Qualcomm or the PeopleNet, or even some companies do where they do text messages for contact. So you got all those devices to stay in touch with either one of those parties to let them know when you feel like things is going terribly wrong. So yeah, guys, like I said, on my personal note, the main thing that I've done is, like I said, when I'm out there, I'm walking with my head up. Like, I'm not walking like this. Because if you walking with your head down, what are you seeing looking this way when you should be looking this way and that way? You can't see anything looking down. You got to walk with your head up to where you walking and you looking around. You know, you looking. Yeah, you gotta swivel your head, so, and then you can't be like, yeah, how you doing? Like, you gotta have that serious, like, I mean, you don't gotta be a butthole, you don't have to be all bougie or whatever, but you have a look to where, okay, I'm just here to get my shower, get my food and leave. I'm not here for no extra crap. So, like I said, part of my success is carrying myself the way I need to, being in and out. And like I said, you survey your surroundings. That's the major part. And just like I said, knowing where to park. And parking is such a huge problem for truck drivers today that, I mean, that's what really makes the job as a truck driver seriously dangerous, because sometimes it is going to be times where you can't always park in the ideal location. But it's going to be times where you're not going to always be able to park at truck stops. You're just not. Sometimes you might have to park at shippers, receivers. Sometimes you might, and a lot of companies do not allow it, but some people do park on the off-ramp. Like, you know, exit into the off-ramp on the shoulder. So you might have to park on the shoulder of the off-ramp, or you might see a nice location that's close to the ship or receiver, but it's not even a business, it's just land. And I've done that before, but it's not recommended. But you learn to scope out areas and locations to kind of say, yeah, I can get away with parking here. But sometimes some people judge it wrong to where they thought they could get away with parking there. And either they get a fine, either they can get towed. I've been through that too. You get fined, towed, or you get somebody that try like lot lizards, or you might get somebody that will try to rob you. So you have to be careful. They say that a lot of companies, they have not laws, but there are rules against carrying a gun. But there's no federal law that say you can't carry a weapon. It's just that you have to have your courier's weapon permit, and you have to know all the state carrying laws for each state that you're traveling into. So I signed up for, what is it? I believe it's USRR. And I think it's the gun club, to where they teach you all the laws and everything about each state and gun carrying laws. So if you can invest, and I'm not recommending this, but I'm just giving it out. If you can, and it's not even just for trucking. This is just for even just you, if you're a homeowner or you live alone, or you just, you just in the house for your own personal protection, invest in your carrier's weapons permit. Like it don't hurt to have it, because a lot of southern states are a lot lenient with the laws versus the northern state. Now don't get caught carrying no weapons in New York, because New York is really, they are really strict on carrying weapons through their state. But they also have it where it's don't ask, don't tell. So if you don't ask, then don't go running your mouth. Oh, I got a weapon. Look at my gun. I got a 380 right here. What? No, don't do that. You about to go to jail, get it confiscated and everything. Carrying weapons permitted or not. So I hope this video was any help to anybody. Like I said, survey your surroundings. Always pay attention. Be prepared with your alarm thing on your key, or have a knife. I have like tons of knives. Like I have a knife, like I'll pull a knife out real quick and try to cut somebody if they mess with me. Or like I said, the wall spray, or even mace. Like companies try to say you can't have mace, but I'll be damned. I'd rather be judged, I could be wrong. I'd rather be judged by 10 than carried by 8. I could be very wrong with those numbers, but y'all know what I'm trying to say. All right, guys, so y'all have a lovely day. Let me sit here and put this video together. Y'all like my wig? Y'all like my wig? I should rip it off, but nah, I ain't gonna do that. But yeah, girl. I said, let me switch it up and get into myself and stop looking like God knows what, who did it, why you do it, and everything else. So, all right, y'all. I love y'all. Yeah, honey. This is Club Pinky in the house. Club, who said you gotta go out? I have my club in my own motherfucking house, honey. So, all right, y'all. Shoot, I got the music. Get some wine. All right, y'all. This is